All right, Shalom, your brother Shamar from Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work, and truth and sincerity, man. And that's the key thing, man, doing this work, because ultimately, this is our main purpose in this truth. You know, we get the benefit of being around like-minded men, and we get the blessings of doing of reading the word and being comforted by the word. But ultimately, it's all about doing the work, man. I mean that's the main purpose. That's the main goal. That's the reason for all of this, is to push that word. That's the reason the Most High set up camps. That's the reason you've been called into this truth. And that's the reason you've been given the understanding has been opened unto you through the Spirit. And it's all for just one reason, and for one reason only, to push this word, man. That basically, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, man. That's why you're in a camp. That's why you've been given understanding, and you're able to see these scriptures for what they really are. Not because you're so special and you're the enlightened one, or none of us are enlightened. We're enlightened through the Spirit, but ultimately, the only reason why we're in the position that we're in is to push this word. So ultimately, that's what it comes down to. That's the main focus. That's the main goal of all of this, man, of this work. To push that word, to put that vibration out there. So it only goes to reason that if this is our main reason, then this is something that we should strive to be better at. Strive for the mastery, like the scripture says, man. Was that I want to get 1 Corinthians 9:16. It says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of." Yeah, so just because we've been called to do this work, just because we have these breakdowns, just because we out there, it's nothing to glory of ourselves. We're nothing special, man. We're nothing special. We're just pieces of garbage that the Lord gave grace into, man. Because what does the scripture say? That all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. So we're nothing for us to glory of, man. We just gotta be grateful that the grace that was bestowed upon us to have our eyes and ears open to this truth. I'm gonna run that back again. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. So woe unto us, man, because we've been given understanding. We've been given this ability. We've been given all the tools necessary to do this work. So woe unto you if you don't do it, man. Plain and simple. That's what the scriptures say. You can't argue with that. Woe unto me if I preach not the gospel. For if I do this thing willingly, I have reward. So you gotta desire to do this thing, man. You can't look at this truth as a burden or something that you have to do. You gotta delight in the word, man. Delight in the law. It should be your delight, man. And in doing that and having that mind state, that's gonna make this work. No, don't get me wrong. It's a difficult work. It's a difficult walk. But having that mind state and delighting in this word, it's gonna make that much a little bit more easier for you to get your hands dirty, so to speak, and get on with this business. For if I do this willingly, I have reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. So let's get into that word dispensation real quick. This is the word dispensation. It says the management of household or of household affairs, specifically the management, oversight, administration of others' property, the office of manager, overseer, stewardship, administration, dispensation. So it says the management of household or household affairs. So this is a business, man. This is the responsibility that's been given to us. This gospel, man. The dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. So we're responsible for the things that we learn and the things that have been revealed unto us. We're responsible in the way that we're supposed to teach those same things to like-minded men. So back to verse 16. It says, "Woe unto me if I preach not the gospel, man." So that's the whole purpose of us doing this thing, man. That's why we're in the camps. That's why we're doing the things we do. Why? Because preaching of this word is gonna comfort and open their eyes and seal the elect, and then we can get the hell out of here, man. It's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3, man. Yeah, we're gonna go through hell, but these scriptures are gonna be there for us, man. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your times. Was that I'm gonna get Jeremiah 1:17, because this is what it's all about, man. This is Jeremiah 1:17. It says, "Thou therefore gird up thy loins, and arise and speak unto them all that I have commanded thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, confound thee before them." So the Lord was talking to Jeremiah, a man up, man, and go do that work. Speak unto them all that I commanded thee. And that's what the Most High tells us. We're commanded to gird up our loins, to man up, to take on the responsibility, to take on the things that we required to do, and speak unto the people all that's commanded of us. And what's commanded of us to do? To speak and preach this gospel, man. Be not dismayed at their faces, confounded before them. So if we're bashful, or we're shy, or we're weak-willed in doing that, the Lord's going to confound you, man. Plain and simple. And it says there plainly in the scriptures. Either you're doing this work, or you're not doing it, man. You're either hot, or you're either hot, you're cold, you're either hot, or you're cold, man. Lukewarm, it doesn't cut it. Kind of sort of not gonna cut it, man. But if you're not, what does YAHWAHSHI say, man? He is not with me, is against me. So there's no half-assing in this truth, man. There's only room for the hard punches. We know every time you go on the highways and hedges, man. You want to make them knockout punches, man. Them haymakers. We're throwing haymakers out there, man. We ain't out there, to for lack of better words, we ain't out there to fuck around, man. This is what it is. I want to get Job 38:3. It's Job 38:3, and it says Salakia 38:3. Job 38:3. It says, "Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me." So that's what the Lord's telling his man, because Job is all, it's like a parable for the nation of Israel, man. So we're also, we have to look at ourselves as mini Jobs. So the Lord told Job to gird up his loins like a man, get your shit right. Stand up, man. Man up to it. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So we're supposed to gird up our loins, man. With that, I'm gonna get part 1, Slakia, Peter 1:13. And we're supposed to gird up the loins of our mind, because that's what's necessary. So we're supposed to have basically, another way of saying that, we're supposed to gird up the Lord of our minds. We're supposed to put on a certain mentality so that we can do this work. And I'm going to get that right there in 1 Peter 1:13. It says, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is brought unto you at the revelation of Messiah YAHWAHSHI." It says, be sober, man. So another word for sober is to be alert. Alert to what? Alert to the things that you got to do. Have that what's the word I'm trying to say? That sense of urgency, man, to do this work. "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Messiah YAHWAHSHI." Because when YAHWAHSHI comes back, man, all you're gonna have left besides your faith is your works. There's nothing else that you can do. You're gonna have your works, and you're gonna have your faith, and your works are gonna be judged. at that day. So when the revelation of Messiah YAHAWAHSHI comes, we're gonna have our works, man, and you don't want to be that man that half-assed on his works, or that hid his talent in a napkin, or that put his candle under the bed. You wanna be that man that did it to death, man. As obedient children, man. So if we're gonna be obedient children, that we have to do what's commanded of us. Commanded of us to do what? To feed the flock and to do this work, man. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. The brotherhood and fellowship and being amongst brothers. Those are the benefits of being in this truth, and all those other things. Those are the benefits of being in this truth. But that's only to aid us and to do the work, because that's ultimately what it's all about, man. As obedient children, not fashion yourselves according to the former lust and your ignorance, but as he which has called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. So be ye separate, man. So you gotta separate yourself. Separate yourself to do what? To do this work, man. Because if you get intermingled with the ways of this world, guess what? Your work's gonna suffer, or you're just gonna lack, or you're gonna slack on it. So we have to separate ourselves so we can do this work, because everything else is just a distraction, man. Instead, I want to get Joshua 1:9. This is Salah. This is Joshua 1:9. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid." So the Lord's commanding us to be strong of good courage, just like He commanded Joshua, because all things are written for our learning and our comfort. And the Lord wouldn't tell you to be strong and of good courage unless He's going to put an obstacle, unless He's going to put a challenge, unless He's going to put a work for you to do. Because if He just commanded you to do nothing and just believe, then you wouldn't, and there would be no obstacles or adversities for you to face. But the thing about it is that the Lord tells us to be strong and of good courage for a reason. Why? Because we're going to go through hell while we're doing this work, man. And the Christian church, they teach you, all they teach you is that you just got to have faith. They don't teach you that you got to have works, even though it says right there in the scriptures. But we all know that they're just a haven of lies, man. It says, "Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed." I'm going to get that word dismayed. That word dismayed is to be shattered, be dismayed, be broken, be abolished, be afraid. To be afraid, man. We're not supposed to be afraid. We're supposed to have courage. We're not supposed to be hesitant in doing this work, man. Neither be thou dismayed, for the most high thy power is with thee wherever thou goest, and He's with us, in giving us this word, man. We go into the highways and hedges. And was that I want to get Amos 3:8. This is Amos 3:8, and it says, "Select." It says, "The lion has roared, but who will not fear? The Lord has spoken, who can but prophesy?" Man, so that's what we gotta do. We're there to prophesy. The lion has roared. Who will not hear? Who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh has spoken. Who can but prophesy, man? So the scriptures already been there. They're written down, and it's up to us to prophesy these scriptures, man. It was Adam get Luke 9:62. This is Luke 9 and 62, and it says that Yahweh shall sentence when no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Yahweh. So you got to visualize that, man. When you put your hand to the plow, that means that you're ready to work, and you need both hands to do that work. You need both hands. You need to look ahead of you so you can guide that plow to where it needs to go. If you look back, or if you take your hands off that plow, then the work ain't gonna get done. So no man that looks back, or another example is Lot's wife. She looked back, Hey, what does the scripture say? Remember Lot's wife, man. Hey, Lot's wife looked back. Why? Because she desired the things of this world. So so we're not supposed to look back. We're like this. We read in the previous scripture, "Be ye holy, man. Be ye holy, for the Most High is holy." So we have to be separate. We have to separate ourselves from the world, man. No man, and Yahawashi said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. So you need full concentration and full effort to work that plow. So if you look back, or you take your hand, or even one hand off the plow, you're not giving that full concentration and that full effort on doing that work. And what does the scripture say? If a man does that, he's not fit for the kingdom. Because a man that's going to be fit for the kingdom is a man that does his work wholeheartedly and like we always say, with truth and sincerity. You know. Then real quick, I'm going to get Luke 17:10. Just a few more scriptures and I'll just close it out. This is Luke 17:10. So likewise, when you shall have done all these things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which is our duty to do. So going back to 1 Corinthians 9:16, man, woe unto us if we preach the gospel. Why? Because this is our duty. This is our duty. This is nothing for us to glory of, man. This is our duty. This is something this is something that we are required to do. This is a basic requirement. This is a reasonable sacrifice. I'm gonna get that word duty in the Strong's. It says to owe money, to be in debt for that which is due. The debt, the metaphor, the goodwill, to owe money. So that's beautiful, man, because the Lord likens His truth as money. So we've been given money, so we owe our money to the Lord, man, and that's part of our duty. You got to pay your duty, man. That's what the ancient word they use for that. You got to pay your duties. So we owe money to the Lord, man, and the Lord demands His full payment. The Lord demands that he gets paid, man. Paid in full. You know what I'm saying, man? Paid in full. So it's our duty. We owe money, man, to the Lord. Likewise, when you shall have done all these things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which is our duty to do. Because we're just doing what's expected of us, man. If you've been given this truth, if the Lord has put you in a camp, if you've been given this understanding, if you've been learning from the apostles, then it's your duty. You owe it to the Lord. This is what you owe, because you've been given that money to do this work, man, and to do it sincerely and wholeheartedly, man. And that was just a real quick lesson. A Most High willing and hope was edifying. With that one say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi. Shalom.